Hi, welcome to this video series on preparation for your GMAT quantitative reasoning section. The quantitative reasoning section has two types of problems, data sufficiency and problem solving. Today we will be looking at some sample problem solving problems on the topic of functions. So let's begin. First question here says, which of the following function follows the rule f of a plus b is equals to f of a into f of b? That which function satisfies f of a plus b is equals to f of a into f of b. So let's just plug in the options and see. Here for option A, you have f of x is equals to x square plus 1 and f of a plus b will be a plus b whole square plus 1, whereas f of a into f of b will be equal to a square plus 1 into b square plus 1, which is equals to a square b square plus a square plus b square plus 1. B, f of x is equals to 5 to the power of 2x divided by 3. Here, since these don't match, you can cancel out option A as your answer. You can say that it is definitely not your answer. And f of b, here f of x is equals to 5 to the power of 2x by 3. So, f of a plus b is equals to 5 to the power of 2 times a plus b divided by 3. Whereas f of a into f of b will be equals to 5 to the power of 2a divided by 3 into 5 to the power of 2b divided by 3, which is equals to 5 to the power of 2a plus 2b divided by 9. Again, this doesn't match with f of a plus b, so you can cancel out option B. In option C, you have f of x is equals to 3x plus 2, which means that f of a plus b will be equals to 3a plus 3b plus 2, and f of a into f of b will be equals to 3a plus 2 into 3b plus 2, which is equals to 9ab plus 6a plus 6b plus 2, which again doesn't match with f of a plus b. So, you can cancel out option C. In option D, you have f of x is equals to root of 2x. So, here f of a plus b will be equal to root of 2 times a plus b, and f of a into f of b is equals to root 2a into root 2b, which is equals to 2 times root of ab. This is again not matching f of a plus b, so you can cancel out this. So, you can go ahead and say that the answer will be option E, but for our solving purpose, let's just see if answer is option E. Option E says f of x is equals to 24 to the power of x, which means that f of a plus b will be 24 to the power of a plus b, and f of a into f of b will be equals to 24 to the power of a into 24 to the power of b, which is equals to 24 to the power of a plus b through our exponents rule. Thus, this and this matches. So, you can say the answer is definitely option E. Let's move to the next question now. If 3f of x plus 2f of minus x is equals to 5x minus 10, what is the value of f of 1? Okay, you need the value of f of 1. And you have that 3 times f of x plus 2f of minus x is equals to 5x minus 10. Let's just substitute the value of 1 for x. Let's say what is when x is equals to 1, 3 times f of 1 plus 2 times f of minus 1 is equals to 5 minus 10, which is equals to minus 5. So, you have an extra element here. To calculate f of 1, you should also know what f of minus 1 is. So, let's just plug in, say if x is equals to minus 1, what the equation becomes? It becomes 3 times f of minus 1 plus 2 times f of minus 1 will become plus 1 again, f of 1, which is equals to 5 times minus 1 minus 10 is minus 5 minus 10 is minus 15. So, let's say that we got this equation number 1 and equation number 2. So, from here we need the value of f of 1. So, we need to eliminate f of minus 1. Okay, so for that I will take the first equation and multiply it by 3 you get 9f of 1 plus 6f of minus 1 is equals to 3 5s are 15 minus 15. And I'll take the second equation and multiply it by 2. You will have 4f of 1. I'm writing the f of 1 term first. 4f of 1. 2 into 2 will be 4. That's why 4f of 1. Plus 2 3s are 6f of minus 1 is equals to 2 times minus 15 is minus 13. So let's just subtract these both equations. You will have plus 6f of minus 1 minus 6f of minus 1 gets cancelled. 9f of 1 minus 4f of 1 will come out to be 5f of 1, and 30 minus 15 is nothing but 15. Therefore, f of 1 comes out to be 15 by 5, that is equals to 3, which is our answer is option D. F of 1 is equals to 3. Okay, let's look at the next question now. F of x is equals to x by x plus 1. What is f of 1 by x in terms of x? F of x. Okay. You have f of x is equals to x divided by x plus 1. You want f of 1 by x. What is it equal to in terms of f of x? Okay, f of 1 by x will be equal to 1 by x whole divided by 1 by x plus 1, which is equals to 1 by x divided by LCM. You take it as x, you have 1 plus x, which is equals to 1 divided by 1 plus x. Can you, when you're looking at this f of x is equals to x divided by x plus 1, can you somehow link it to 1 plus x? Let's see if we can do that. If 1 minus f of x will be what? 1 minus x divided by x plus 1, which is equals to, LCM comes out as x plus 1. This will be x plus 1 minus x, which is equals to 1 by x plus 1, which is the same thing as f of 1 by x. Therefore, f of 1 by x is equal to 1 minus f of x, which is option D. So, option D is our answer. So, what we have done here is taken f of x and manipulated it as the equation to write 1 minus f of x, which gives you exactly f of 1 by x. Let's look at the next question now. If f is a function defined by f of x is equals to x to the power of 2 into 1 minus x to the power of 2 for all x, then f of 1 minus x is equal to what? So, f of x here is given as x square into 1 minus x whole square. They are asking you what f of 1 minus x will be equal to. So, f of 1 minus x will be equals to 1 minus x whole square into 1 minus 1 minus x whole square, which is nothing but 1 minus x whole square into 1 minus 1 plus x whole square gets cancelled out. You have f of 1 minus x is equal to 1 minus x whole square into x square. So, f of 1 minus x is nothing but this is equals to, this is same as f of x. So, it is same as f of x. Therefore, answer is option A. Let's move to the next question. This next question says that if f of x is equals to 2x plus 1, then which of the following must be true? So, according to option A, f of 0.5x minus 1, which will be, since f of x is equals to 2x plus 1, substitute that, you have 2 times 0.5x minus 1 plus 1, which is equals to 2 into 0.5 is 1. So, 1x, x minus 2 plus 1, which is x is equals to minus x is equal to x minus 1, but it is not equal to x. So, this option is cancelled out, the equation does not satisfy. B, option B, f of x minus 0.5. Again, this will be 2 into x minus 0.5 plus 1, which is equals to 2x minus 0.5 into 2 is 1 plus 1 gets cancelled and you're left with 2x. Again, this is not equals to x, so it is not satisfying. Let's cancel out option B. Let's see option C, f of x minus 1, which is 2 times x minus 1 plus 1, which is equals to 2x minus 2 plus 1, which is 2x minus 1. Again, this not equals to x, so this also doesn't satisfy. Option D, let's look at option D, then f of 0.5x minus 0.5, which is equals to 2 times 0.5x minus 0.5 plus 1, which is equals to x minus 1 plus 1. It gets cancelled, you're left with x is equals to x. So the answer is option D. Yes, f of 0.5x minus 0.5 is equals to x. Let's move to the next question now. If the function g of x is defined by the equation g of x is equals to x square minus 3x minus b, where a and b are constants, g of 5 is equals to 0 and g of minus 2 is equals to 0, then ab is equals to what? Okay, g of x is equals to ax square minus 3x minus b. So they are saying g of 5 is 0, substitute 5, you will get a into x square, a into 5 square is 25a, minus 3 into 5 is 15, minus b is equals to 0. That implies 25a minus b is equals to 15. G of minus 2. Now g of minus 2, a into x square will be 4 times a, minus 3 into minus 2 will be plus 6, minus b is equals to 0. So we can write this as 4a minus b is equals to minus 6. Taking this as equation number 1 and taking this as equation number 2, we need to calculate the values of a and b to find out ab. So what you can do is you can subtract 25a minus b is equals to 15, 4a minus b is equals to minus 6. By subtracting, you will get 25 minus 4 will be 21a, minus b plus b gets cancelled out, is equals to 15 plus 6 will be again 21. Therefore, a will come out to be 1, cancels out, and b will be, you can say that 4 times a, that is 4, minus b is equals to minus 6, which implies b is equals to 4 plus 6 is equals to 10. Therefore, AB will be equal to 1 into 10, that is 10. Answer is option B. Let's move to the next question now. For any numbers x and y, x at the rate of y is equals to xy minus x minus 1. If x at the rate of y is equals to 1, which of the following cannot be the value of y? Okay, x at the rate of y is equals to xy minus x minus y, which is equals to 1. To further simplify this, I will add 1 on both sides of this equation. So by adding 1, you have xy minus x minus y plus 1 is equals to 1 plus 1, 2. You can take x common from here, you will have x into y minus 1, and you can take minus 1 common from here, minus 1 into y minus 1 is equals to 2. So x minus 1 into y minus 1 is equals to 2. So you can see that x minus 1 will be from here 2 by y minus 1, and it is given that for any given numbers x and y, since x is a number, x minus 1 is a number, this expression cannot be undefined. If y is equals to 1, x becomes undefined. Therefore, y cannot be 1 at any given point of time. So this is a question is asking which of the following cannot be the value of y, that is 1, that is option D. Let's move to the next question now. If the operation at the rate is defined for all integers a and b by a at the rate of b is equals to a plus b minus ab, which of the following statements must be true for all integers a, b and c? So, a at the rate of b is equals to a plus b minus ab. The first statement tells us that a at the rate of b is equals to b at the rate of a. Is it true? Let's check. A at the rate of b will be a plus b minus ab, and b at the rate of a will be b plus a minus ab. So, yes, it is true. Let's check that. A at the rate of 0 will be a plus 0 minus a into 0, that is again 0. So, that will be equal to a. So, it is true. Let's check the third option. You have a at the rate of b is at the rate of c is equals to a at the rate of b at the rate of c. So, it is a bit complicated. So, let's separate it. A at the rate of b into b at the rate of c is equals to a plus b minus ab at the rate of c. Therefore, this is equals to a plus b minus ab plus c minus c into a plus a b minus a b, which is a plus b plus c minus a b minus a c minus b c plus a b c. And now let's check a at the rate of b at the rate of c, which is equals to a at the rate of a b plus c minus b c, which is equals to a plus b plus c minus b c minus a into b plus c minus b c, which is equals to a plus b plus c minus b c minus a b minus a c plus a b c. This and this are same. Therefore, this is true. Therefore, all the three statements 1, 2 and 3 are all true. So, that answer is option E. So, the question here says, for any positive integer n, let f of n is equals to n into n plus 1 if n is even, and f of n is equals to n plus 3 if n is odd. If m is a positive integer such that 8 f of m plus 1 minus f of m is equals to 2, then what is the value of m? So, we are given that if n is even, f of n is equals to n into n plus 1, and if n is odd, f of n is equals to n plus 3. So, what is, if n is odd, if m is positive, then what we have an equation given in f of m. Let's just see the cases. First case is when m is odd. If m is odd, and then m plus 1 will be what? M plus 1 will be even. Now, let's check. You have 8 f of m plus 1. M plus 1 is even, that's why you will have it as m plus 1 into plus 2 minus f of m, that is m is odd. So, you have this as m plus 3. When it is odd, it is m plus 3, which is equals to 2. So, you have 8 m square plus 2m plus m is 3m plus 2 minus m minus 3 is equals to 2. So, you have 8 m square plus 3 8s are 24m plus 8 2s are 16 minus m minus 3 minus 2 is equals to 0. So, you will have 8m square plus 24m minus m will be 23m, 16 minus 3 minus 2 will be 11, which is equals to 0. So, from here you can calculate m is equals to minus b, that is minus 23, plus minus square root of b square, that is 23 square, minus 4 into 8 into 11 whole divided by 8. So, by just looking at this without calculating completely, we can say it is not an integer value. Therefore, you can discard this m odd and m plus 1 even. So, your second option is when m is even and m plus 1 is odd. In this equation, if you substitute, which is 8 f of m plus 1 minus f of m is equals to 2, if you substitute, you will have 8 of f of m plus 1 is odd, and when it is odd, you have it as n plus 3. But here n is what? M plus 1 plus 3 minus f of m, when m is even, is n into n plus 1, that is m into m plus 1 is equals to 2. 8 times m plus 4 minus m square plus m is equals to 2. So, 8m plus 4 8s are 32 minus m square minus m is equals to 2. So, you have 8m minus, you will have minus m square, 8m minus m is nothing but 7m, 32 minus 2 is 30 is equals to 0. From here you have 30 is 6 5s are 30 and 3 10s are 30. So, we can easily calculate. Let's multiply by 1 minus 1 minus 7m minus 30. This is the equation, and 30 is 3 into 10. So, you can write m square minus 10m plus 3m minus 30 is equals to 0. So, you will have m minus 10 into m plus 3 is equals to 0. And so, either m is equals to 10 or minus 3, but you are given that m is a positive integer. So therefore it cannot be minus 3, therefore m is equals to 10, which is option E. Those were some sample questions on the topic of functions. Hope they were clear. Thanks for watching.